Yo, what's good, fans of fight fans? It's your boy JB, Trap House Boxer. I'm back again with another video. Hey man, real quick, man, we're gonna talk about this whole welterweight, not the whole thing, but just the whole little Keith Thurman, Errol Spence situation, Danny Garcia, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about Sean Porter as well. Just really all of them basically. So yeah, we can say the whole welterweight. But if you wanna donate to the channel, feel free to do so. The link will be in the description box for Cash App. That'd be much appreciated. And I want to get into why Errol Spence needs to fight Keith Thurman. Over Danny Garcia. And if you really want to look at it, I mean, what has Danny Garcia done to get to deserve a Errol Spence fight? Danny Garcia has did the least at 147 out of all of them. No matter what you want to say, he has did the least out of all of them. And if it's an opportunity for them to scrap the Danny Garcia fight and to fight Keith Thurman, why not? If you Errol Spence, why not? Because if you look at it for what it is, yeah, I know a lot of people, upset and mad that Keith Thurman, ducked Errol Spence and all this, but all of them did. Sean Porter did, Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia. The list goes on and on. The only person that didn't duck him was Terrence Crawford. So I mean, but the only one who really has a legitimate case besides Manny Pacquiao, if they run it back on the PBC side, if they want to keep playing it that way, which is I don't agree with that either, will be Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman has already beaten Sean Porter and Danny Garcia. Beating them already. Y'all got another common opponent. You got Sean Porter, you got Leonard Bundu. If there's anybody else I'm missing, but I know it's two for a fact. And the whole thing about, I remember Errol Spence saying a long time ago in the video, in an interview, saying that all those guys that ducked him, he was going to do the same thing to him when the tables turned. He said this years ago, which is I didn't agree with that, because you got to fight somebody in your division. And now, which is he kind of contradicting what he's doing right now, because he already done fought Sean Porter. Now he picking to fight Danny Garcia, and now you saying you're not interested in fighting. Well, this is not what he said recently, but what I know. But before, he was saying he's not interested in fighting Keith Thurman, because Keith Thurman ducked him so long. But Keith Thurman at the 147 weight division outside of Manny Pacquiao and Terrence Crawford, the reason why I say Terrence Crawford, because Terrence Crawford beat Jeff Horn. Jeff Horn beat Manny Pacquiao. I don't give a damn what nobody say. So, Sean Porter, he got a resume, but he ain't beating nobody at 147. Danny Garcia ain't did nothing. So outside of that, Keith Thurman has the most legitimate say-so to get a Errol Spence fight. Former WBA and WBC world champion. Last time I can recall, I think Danny Garcia either got to vacate. Him and Sean Porter got to vacate titles. They didn't just beat nobody to get the titles. Last that I can recall. And then you can sit up there and argue and say that Keith Thurman beat Sean Porter better than Errol Spence did. So why not see the fight? I think Keith Thurman, will present some good little, difficult problems. I think that Danny Garcia right now is more of a dangerous opponent for Errol Spence, coming off of this little thing that he got going on with the car accident, versus Keith Thurman. Far as like dangerous wise, because I think Danny got better punch resistance, I don't want to say he a harder puncher. You know, I think the punching power is close, but you know, I think it's more of a dangerous fight for Errol Spence. Because if he get caught with something by Danny Garcia, I think he might be in trouble. I don't think this the tune-up. I don't think this the fight that he need to come back on. But far as like difficult like chess match, I think Keith Thurman is more of a difficult chess match for Errol Spence until he can figure out a way to slow him down. But the intriguing thing about this whole matchup is that Errol Spence getting all these little plates or whatever it is putting in his mouth, you know, from teeth getting knocked out and all that. So I want to see how his jaw and his chin or how his mouth gonna hold up. You know, we're gonna find out once he get that third whatever it is put in his mouth. You know, so and we know Keith Thurman is soft to the body, so it's gonna be interesting. Keith Thurman gonna be ready to test Errol Spence's chin, and Errol Spence is gonna be ready to knock the air out of Keith Thurman's body, like which is he always intended on doing. So I don't see, you know. And another thing is, man, we got to quit making these excuses for these guys why they shouldn't fight this guy and why they shouldn't fight that guy. Look, this is what's turning the sport into a coward sport, along with the paydays that these guys get in the social media, making these guys, you know, turn them to some real cowards, giving them all this say-so of who they should fight and who they shouldn't fight. You know, it was something else I had wanted to hit on too, but we already know that Errol Spence ain't fighting no Terrence Crawford, so I'm not even gonna bring that up. You know, we already know that. It don't look like Manny Pacquiao is gonna be fighting Errol Spence or Keith Thurman, so that's why I'm not bringing them two names up. You know, yeah, that's why I ain't bringing those two names up. But if you look at, and I heard Fred say something about Keith Thurman he needs to fight Sean Porter to get an Errol Spence fight. I beg to differ on that, Fred. I scratch my head trying to understand what you mean by that, especially when Keith Thurman already done beat Sean Porter. I don't understand your claim on that, you know, your argument on that one. You know, I guess, I don't know, maybe you feel some certain type of way, but I don't get that. That's taking a step backwards to me, in my opinion. If anything, Sean Porter and Danny Garcia need to fight each other, and then the winner of that get the winner of Keith Thurman and Errol Spence, or however it's gonna go, or whatever way Pacquiao gonna go. I don't know. You know, I don't know, but it don't seem to me that Pacquiao gonna fight Errol Spence. So that's why I told them not really incorporating him into this like that. We know these boys are scared to go over there and fight Terrence Crawford. You know, that's what it is. I don't care what nobody say. Yeah, they scared. They all ducking Terrence Crawford. That's who ducking who. Yeah, you know what I mean. So that's what it is, and can't nobody argue that. You can come up with whatever you want to come up with. That's the real. So whenever I just want to see these guys go ahead and do what they're gonna do on that side, man, and just fight. I don't care at this point, you know, because I'm not finna get into the whole top rank and this side of the street cry. I ain't gonna get into all that. You know what I mean? But I think I want to see that fight with Errol Spence and Keith Thurman. I'm still interested in it. A lot of people was interested in seeing that fight before, so I think it'd be good to still see it now. Why not? You know, Keith Thurman did, you know, piss me off. I've been real hard on him more than probably anybody, you know, because Keith Thurman a Florida boy, and he making us look bad down here, man. You know what I mean? I want to see the Florida boy, you know, flourish in boxing, you know, and if him and Errol Spence fight, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and pick Keith Thurman anyway. I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna ride with the home team regardless. I'm gonna pick Keith Thurman. I'm gonna ride with him. Whether I feel like he can win or lose or not, I'm gonna ride with Keith. You know what I mean? No matter what I say about him, or whatever the case may be, I'm gonna ride with Keith Thurman. just on the strength of Florida. You know what I mean? But it ain't no disrespect to Errol Spence. I like Errol Spence a whole lot. Think he's a solid fighter, a real good solid fighter. You know, but I think it'd just be more logically sensible to take that Keith Thurman fight, to me, in my opinion. You know, like I said, I think Danny is just a little dangerous as far as like a dangerous fight for Errol Spence, as far as like, you know, because there's gonna be some exchanges in that fight. You know, I think it'd be more of a better, you know, better tricky test to fight Keith Thurman. It's risky. It's risky, but I think it'll be good. But y'all let me know what y'all think. This your boy JB Trap House Boxing. What you know, subscribe to the channel, like, share the video always, and I'll holler at y'all. Peace.